of Social Enterprise West Midlands, and we're delighted to welcome you here to our Social Finance Fair. I'm just going to take a couple of minutes to take you through, I suppose, the purpose behind the Social Finance Fair, and for those of you that perhaps don't know us, just to give you a brief overview of Social Enterprise West Midlands, who we are and what we do. So, Social Enterprise West Midlands is a KIC, a community interest company. We were previously a publicly funded project. We used to receive around £400,000 worth of funding to carry out our work as an advocacy and network body. But on a day that I remember very well, the 31st of March 2011, all of that money disappeared. And so on the 1st of April 2011, we decided to become an independent social enterprise in our own right. Which I have to say, it's where we really wanted to be. It's quite difficult to advocate and talk about social enterprise when you're not one yourselves. So we're out there in the brave new world, and I'm actually very proud to say that we have thrived and survived in our first 18 months of trading with no public funding, and have managed purely on earned or traded services. These are some of the things that we do. Primarily, we're a membership organisation. That makes us different. So there are a lot of our members that are here today that we advocate, represent. But most importantly, all of our work is about unlocking opportunities for social enterprise and their supporters. So it's about taking the opportunities that are presented to us, often by government or strategic bodies, and turning those into traded income. I'm also delighted to say that we've got a little bit of investment news on our own front, and last Monday I'm delighted to announce that Social Enterprise West Midlands joined the Aspire group of companies under the Enterprising Futures trading arm, and we'll be joining now with a much larger group. We've really got to the stage in our development where we've delivered a lot, but it's very difficult when you do that with such a small infrastructure. And I'm really delighted now that we found an organisation that shares the same visions and values as ourselves, and I look forward to working with many of the board and with the senior management team, which we have quite a lot of representatives here today. So I suppose it's a thank you from me, but I'm not quite sure you know what you're getting, so hopefully by the end of the day we can have a better idea. Where did the idea come from this? Well, you know, most of the business in the UK is micro business or small to medium sized enterprises, and I suppose social enterprise is no different. But we're not all small, and a lot more of us need to be bigger. We know that social enterprise contribution is growing. You've got the stats up there in terms of the £24 billion a year return to the economy, and the one that I always love, which was the report from the SE100 last year that says that our top 100 social enterprises are outstripping the FTSE 100. Got to get that in there. So, you know, there's lots there that's really good news. So we've got big social enterprises doing lots of things, and what we really want to do is have more of our members also doing bigger things. So where did today come from? About 12 months ago, we held the regional launch of Big Society Capital, and we hosted at All Saints Action Network in Wolverhampton, and Nick O'Donoghue and Nick Hurd came and talked about the launch. And one of the things that I observed at the round table discussions is that what people really wanted to do was move this agenda on from talking about it to doing something with it. So when I got the telephone call about 4 months ago that said that Big Society Capital and some of the other strategic organisations would like to come and give an update, what I really wanted to do is try and embed that in something that worked for us as a sector. And the only way that we can actually do that is to get the people who have the money in the room. So for the social finance providers, please don't think you're going to get away lightly, because they have an instruction at the end of today. We spent a lot of time on this agenda. We need to move our cultural mindset forward in terms of we can't rely on grant funding anymore, and if we are going to change the way that we operate, if we're going to be able to deliver bigger services, if we're going to be able to scale, we have to learn how to use social investment as a tool to support that growth. And we have to change our mindset from being worried or fearful about it to actually embracing it and learning how to grow our businesses. It's already challenging enough out there in the economy. I think the other thing that I'm very keen to do is that the big society or the civil society is a mindset, I suppose. It's an opportunity that's been given to us, and it doesn't really matter what it looks like. It's about what we do with it and how we activate it that will make the difference. And so that's my challenge for you today, really. We have in your pack some normal facilitation forms where you can tell us if you like the room and all that sort of things, which is great. But what I would really like you to do is to take part. We're doing a live data collection survey today. We've got 3 people wandering around with iPads. They're going to be asking you some questions about social finance. It'll take about 3 minutes to go through that survey, and I would actively encourage you please to participate so that we can feed some of that information back. We want to know where you are in your journey, I suppose. Today's programme, there's something for everyone. People quite often say to me, what's the audience who's here? And I would roughly divide that up into perhaps 3 main groups. So we've got those of you that are perhaps from strategic bodies, are interested in policy, have organisations that support social enterprises, that will be interested in the strategic overview, what's happening in terms of how the government policies transpire into something that will assist our sector. And I'm really delighted to welcome Nick O'Donoghue from Big Society Capital, Seb Ellsworthy from Social Investment Business, and shortly, hopefully joining us, Tim Davis-Pugh from the Big Lottery. So they're here to give you that strategic update. We're also here to share some case studies with you. So we've got 4 social enterprise case studies. These are people that have already blazed the trail for you. They've received investment in different ways, and they're going to tell you their story. But they're going to tell you their story with their social investment partner, okay? Because we do need to know about what the money's for, and we do need to know how it will contribute, how it will add social value. But I'm sure what you really want to know is, why did they lend them the money? Okay? We also have an opportunity later on for you today to gain some knowledge. So we've got 4 masterclasses that will be happening. They'll also be repeated twice, so you get a chance to attend 2 out of 4. So if you want to learn the top 10 tips on investment readiness, Heidi Harris from Harris & Harris Accountancy, the only social enterprise accountancy firm in the UK, is here. If you want to learn how to access the Investment and Contract Readiness Fund and develop a successful application, then Locality are here to share some of their tips in terms of they're one of the accredited providers. If you want to find out more about talking an investor's language, so you want to know about some of the acronyms or the language that you need to put into a business plan, then Kevin Lloyd-Evans from Unlimited will be here to do that with you. And although I'm sure Michael Norton would laugh, he'll be here certainly when I call him the new kid on the block, but crowdfunding is certainly that for us, and I'm delighted that Michael Norton from Buzzbank will also be here. I know there's been quite a lot of inquiries about that, so hopefully you'll get some knowledge as well. So I suppose the last thing for me was, well, what did we do when we tried to put this event together? And if I'm being really honest, when we were offered this space and I came into this huge empty office building, I really thought what a fantastic opportunity it was. If I'm being really honest, I was very scared when I went out of it because I did wonder how I was going to fill it all. But what I thought was, I didn't think it would be an issue to get people to come along, and I have to say, I'm overwhelmed. We've had over 227 registrations for this event over the day, and we were turning people away yesterday. But I also was worried about how was I going to feed you and water you all. So what we've done today is we've provided you with a social food fair, and there is some information in your pack, and you will be seeing this strapline from us again around the Social Value Act. It's called Putting Your Money Where Your Mouth Is, okay? And Chris White MP, whose whose act it is, will be joining us later today, so please do feel free to talk to him. You have 11 social food providers who will show you the very best of their wares. But what I need you to do is I need you to become very un-British for me today, okay? So no forming one big queue or line and standing behind everybody. The whole idea is we're providing you tasters of all the different types of fare that they have to offer. Please go and visit every stall. Try something from each of them. It could be a small portion, but you'll be full when you've gone round. And we have delicious treats from morning break to lunchtime, and save yourself some space for afternoon tea, because I can see Rosie and Melanie smiling at me, so they'll be providing some afternoon tea. I think lastly what I'm going to do is encourage you to make the very most of today. I'll probably never have this opportunity again. I think I'd call it our perfect storm in terms of finance. We can coincide it to timing with a Conservative Party conference, because I felt that was a real way to provide a stage for us. I hope you will visit the exhibitors. I hope the exhibitors and the delegates will visit the Social Finance Fair, and I hope you will really take some time to make sure we make the most of the day. I have to say it wouldn't have been able to put this day on without the support of our sponsors. to PwC, who are our headline sponsor for the day, and who are also one of our social innovation partners who champion social enterprise within their sector and beyond. To CAP, who have helped us produce the guide that you will find, and I do hope the guide that's in your pack won't just be a one-time, it should be a reference document that you can use in the future. And to Unity Trust, who actually, without I think giving me a little bit of leeway and sharing some of my vision, or not always sure they were inside my head, really helped today happen in terms of finding and helping us to support this venue. And Locality Unlimited and all of the social investors that have contributed to coming along today. We do have a range of other supporters that have also helped. So we've got people filming, we've got people taking photographs, we've got RTS Tech that have helped us with the sound, we've got the screens, and if I forget anybody there in your programme, it is very difficult sometimes when you want to do something of this size and magnitude and you don't have the purse perhaps to match. So I'm absolutely delighted with what we've been able to put on for you today. I really just want you to make the most of it. And I did say, did I not, that I have a charge for you today, and this is your charge. For those of you that are old enough to remember Tom Cruise and his very famous Jerry Maguire moment, I've turned it slightly from the me to us because I want it to be collective in all good social enterprise way. But please, don't leave today before they've showed you some of their money. Thank you.